Hello everyone and welcome to Money Farms. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, click the notification button there, share to friends and family that are interested in farm related product. This is Money Farm, the one-stop platform where you can always get the up-to-date information about farming activities concerning broilers and everything you need to know about birds. Welcome to Day in the Life of a student and a young 19 years old farmer. So today, being that my birds are up to 4 weeks of age, I cleaned up the room which the bird stays. I packed the sawdust, the beddings, the wet beddings. I took it out because I'm also expecting some birds today to arrive today, since I had quite a hectic week because I'm a student. So I had to rush and try to tidy things up this morning, and while also trying to rush to school. So this is where I move my birds to. This kind of like a cage system. If you can take a good look at it, that's a pond beneath it, and above it that's a fish pond beneath it, and above it is where I constructed as a cage for my birds. So you could see these birds currently today is making it 4 weeks old. Remember I told you earlier that the goal is to make sure that these birds are matured in 4 weeks. You could see the big difference in the bird. This is 4 weeks of age. 4 weeks. So the birds are really matured. Even at that 3 weeks 5 days, I sold about few of it. So this is few of it. You can see the birds are big. They are eating. You can see the cage system is quite different from the normal kind of cage. So this is the fish pond that was constructed, so I just decided to build another poultry farm on top of it, since I have limited space in my farm. So this is kind of economical because for like about some months now I haven't raised my fishes. So this thing actually came into my mind because of the high cost of feeding of fishes. So while the birds are above it, their droppings serve as food for the fishes. But that is a story for another day. You can see their droppings are here. So if they were fishes, they will just feed on it and they will grow faster, and that's it. So I built this, even though what I'm building here is not complete. If you can check, you can see that there are no roof. There are no roof. I constructed it in a way that there will be doors. That's one door, and there's another door. It is in two deck, so I can put birds down and also keep it on top as I'm showing you. Since this is a dry season, I don't worry about rain because I know it won't rain. So even the sun won't really be a problem because there's a lot of shade. That's the plantain leaves that serve as a shade for it. I have the pear tree that also serves as a shade for it. There are a lot of shades around. There's the pear tree that also serves as a shade covering it. So I'll still later use some palm front to cover the farm. That's the manhole, in case when I'm resuming my fish farming. That's the manhole where one can just enter and take care of the fishes while also clean the manure. So that's the manhole, enough for someone to enter. So you can see that this cage is constructed on top of the pond, which acts as a basement. Such a wonderful idea. the feeders, the drinkers, they are here inside. They just eat, feed. I don't need to be stressing myself again about the manure and cleaning it up, because now I'll be saving a lot of time. So I will not be doing a lot of cleaning again. Just making sure that everything is just in check. Let me know in the comment section what's your take on this, this particular method I'm using in raising my own bird. Remember, I said it saves the stress of you packing the manure, and the manure is only made of pure manure, no sawdust. That means that its excrete is really, really rich. So let me know your take on it. Just comment and let me know your take. What's your opinion? Is it a nice idea? Would you love to try this method? It saves a lot, and you can always do as many decks as you like. Like this, my own, I said earlier, is 2 decks, so I could put about 150 birds here. You could see, look at that. That's how the cage is. Whenever they just pull, it goes down to the floor, so easy cleaning, less stress. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So since my birds are matured and ready for consumption, and this is the month of December, I decided to do a 10% off, 10% discount on my birds. This size, as you can see, is selling for 9,000, but the 10% discount makes it 8,100, and I'll be doing a free delivery within Uyo, because that's where my farm is situated. So just in case you need, you're staying around Uyo and you just need a bird, just rush to Mani Farms. It's located at Biabong after Shelter Freak. That's where the farm is located. Or you could just go to my bio and check for my WhatsApp number, send me a message, and I will tell you the location and direct you to my farm. These are matured birds, very big, as you can see, in 4 weeks. Look at how the birds are matured. Remember, I said the goal is to make sure these birds are matured in 4 weeks, and you could see with the proper steps and what I showed you, if you follow these steps, you follow what I said, you see that these birds in 4 weeks, this is how they'll be. Such beautiful and big birds. They are big, they have the chest, they have big legs. You can see some of themselves, they can't really walk that well because they are heavy. So that is just knowing how to raise your birds in the right way. I separated it. This other side you're seeing here has the smaller birds, while the other side has the bigger birds, so that whenever someone is coming to buy, each part of it has a separate price, so it helps. This side are the bigger birds and the other side are the smaller birds. So when someone just comes, you can see that the bigger birds are way more than the smaller birds. We all know that growth cannot happen at the same rate. Yes, very true. There are some birds that might grow faster than the other, but in all over, if you check it well, all the birds are growing well and they are still big, even though some are still bigger than the other. So I separated it so that in case someone wants to go for these ones that are not that big, because the price of these ones that are big and the price of the other ones that are not big won't actually be the same price. So they are selling at a different price. So this side are the smaller birds, the other side are the bigger birds. It helps it's better you separate it, so that whenever a buyer comes, you don't need to stress yourself, and so that he or she will also use the smaller birds to judge your bigger birds. So just separate it and save yourself the stress. You could see this place, it has doors, and just pick anyone you like at any whichever birds you like. You can see my hands are already near it. You can just pick any of the birds you wish in ease, not looking for the ones that are separating it again. So this is one of the best methods. You separate your birds as they are getting bigger. One thing you need to know, when you separate this bird, the bigger birds from the smaller birds, it actually gives them enough space, like the smaller birds enough space to feed well, because the bigger birds are not yet to oppress it, so they will now have chance to feed well and they will now grow and meet up with the other ones. That's one advantage. So separating your birds if you have space, even though you just partition it like I have done, is very necessary. So just because I'm expecting new birds, that's why I have to clean up the other side and make sure that I put it here. I have little or no space. I'm just trying to manage whatever I have. Even as I said earlier, this particular cage is not complete because there was supposed to be a roof and I've not yet done it. I actually wanted to start it up next year, but since it's December and I'm likely to have so much sales, so I decided to move it and restock again. So this is the first room that I normally raise my birds, and that is where I keep my manure. If you can check very well, you'll see that is 4 bags there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I still have like about 2 bags there. If you check there's 2 bags there and 1 bag inside. So since I'm expecting a new bird, one thing you need to know for sure is you have to make sure you clean the room properly. You have to make sure that you take out the manure, as I said earlier. After taking up the manure, next thing you're going to do is to wash and is to sweep it well. After sweeping it, you wash it using a disinfectant, probably hypo and detergent. You're going to wash it very well with soap and water and hypo. After doing that, you use some disinfectant and disinfect it, because insects and rodents might be disturbing or might be hanging around. All those things, you make sure you take it out. Then after that, you take out the cobwebs. Check in case there is any place that needs repair. You have to check very well in case any place needs repair. The floor, the walls, if it needs washing well, you wash it well. If you need repairs, you make sure you repair it. You take it out carefully. Any place you need repairs, check the roof, might be leaking. Check the floor. If there's any place, maybe a hole, small distinct spaces, you fill it up. Like what you can see here, I filled it up. There was this place that some rat docked, so I had to fill it up. After that, you check for holes in the zinc. You take out the cobwebs, it's very necessary. Take out the cobwebs, take out anything that might be as a hindrance. Then one thing you have to be sure while you're doing this thing, there should be a drainage system where the water can just pass through easily when you're washing it. So I created a drainage system. It's going to make it easy. It's going to make it easier while the water is going to come out. The water will just go out easily because it's sloping towards the drainage. It will be easier while washing it. So that's one thing you need to know for sure. Now you can see I've washed it with soap and hypo, and you can see the water is just sloping towards the drainage. It's easy, no stress. Instead of scooping the water, I just made sure that I wash it well, and it just slopes to this part. So that's how it's done. After washing it well, and you're sure you have washed it, both the floor and the walls completely, I rinsed it. You have to also rinse it. That's one of the things you have to make sure that you do. Rinse it well, put the lighting, and get ready for your birds. So since I am a student also, I am just coming back from school, and I got a call from the place I pick up my birds informing me that my birds have arrived. So from school, I didn't even have to reach their house. I just went directly to pick the birds. I had to rush even before, while I was preparing. It was on a school day, so I had to make sure I checked my birds well before going to school. And now I've gotten the call. I'm heading outside my school campus. So trying to rush because they said the birds have been there for about an hour, and for that about an hour time I was in my class, so I couldn't miss lectures. I just had to try to double up. So I've arrived at the venue where I normally pick up my birds. You can see this is chicken birds. Chicken. Last time I picked up chicken, and this today I still chicken, because chicken is what gives me what I need. And the total birds I've gotten today is about 70 birds. So see, they put it for me in about 2 cartons. You have to make sure you confirm it to be sure that what they are giving you is the same thing with what you have there. So I have to count it. I don't count it. I don't count. I'll take it outside. I don't take it outside. I count it there to be sure that the number corresponds, or in case there's any bird that maybe is weak or is not feeling too well, I'll just tell them to change it. So I've bought the chicks, and this is December. There was a kind of scarcity of feed, so I didn't actually see feed. Just got the birds, headed back home, and took it to the farm. That's the farm. I've arrived to the farm. I poured. I did not. I just laid cartons instead of sawdust, so that it could reduce my cost. So I just use cartons to lay, to make sure that they warm faster instead of using sawdust. Provided heat for them. Remove them gently. Remember, gently. I took them out of the carton gently. They are day old, so they are very young and tender. So you have to take care of it well. I dropped it one after the other inside the farm. Placed their water for them. Not any kind of water, but the glucose water. I made sure I gave them their glucose water. Their glucose water must be there. So since there were no feed around this December period, you'll see birds, but feeding, the feeds are always very scarce. So I had to find where I'll get feed, because so I now rush out. This particular day, I don't know, my bank had network. I had some issue with network. I had some network issues. I couldn't do some transfer. So even where I saw the feed, I couldn't even buy it. So this day was very hectic and very annoying. You know, the situation that you're with money and you cannot actually purchase what you need is very annoying. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube video, and comment. So after a long moving around, I now got this retail size feed, since my bank didn't also allow me to transfer. I just had to get the retail feed. That bag, as you saw, this 1,000 naira. Just got it so that they could just eat for that day while I sort out my bank issue, or the problem from the bank. So I took it back to the farm. I dropped it and shaded it. Funny enough, it's not even up to like a full of one one feeder, talk less of the two. So that's the thing. Just for them to eat. It's not good to be starving them on their first day. Since I gave them glucose, they are okay. You can see they are really having fun. There's light, provide enough heat. There's also light there. So I've provided a 200 watt bulb and 100 watt bulb, a normal white bulb. So most of them are actually gathered at the 200 watt bulb because of the heat is greater than that of the 100 watt. But you can see there's enough spacing, there is enough heat for them. There's water, there's feed, and these are the necessary things you have to do when you're bringing your chicks. Make sure you cover, make sure the room is warm, very important. So in as much as I rush to do my stuff, but before this time the room was already dried. I mopped it and made sure that it was dried. I placed the carton. That's why, as you can see, the room is very dry. Please do not forget to comment. Tell me your suggestion on what you think. Tell me if it's actually possible, if you have actually raised your bird and it's up to 4 weeks before. How many weeks does your bird take to be matured? Just tell me, because as you can see, those birds 4 weeks old, they are already eatable. So kindly like, share, subscribe. Tell us the location you're watching me from, and share it to all farm lovers. That's your friend, that person you know that likes farming, that likes poultry, that likes animals. Share it to him or her. Probably next year he or she might just start her own poultry farm. So do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, is Money Farms, the one-stop platform where you can get information about the latest happening in chickens and how to raise your birds well. Thank you.